Hello, people from YouTube. I'm Larissa, your hostess today. So let me present myself first. I'm Larissa. I'm 27 years old. I'm an architect. I live in Rio with my husband and our dog. I've been here on Talk and Talk since the pandemic, but as hostess since July last year. And my free time, I like to do outdoor activities like running the street. Kind of athlete, I guess. So here on Talk and Talk is a safe place that you can talk in English, Spanish, Italian, a lot of language. It's a safe place, okay? So today I'm here with Mateus, Ana, and Alexandre, and we're going to talk about memories. So Ana, can you introduce yourself, please?
Yes, of course. Nice to meet you guys. My name is Ana. I live in São Paulo. I'm 34 years old. I'm scientific collaboration in a company. I work with the radiology. My background, I'm physics. I had my master degree, my doctor degree in the nuclear area. And I work with computed tomography. And it's my third week here in the talk. And thank you the opportunity to talk with you.
Great, Tiana, thank you. So, Mateus, what about you?
Hello, everyone. Good afternoon. My name is Mateus. I'm 30 years old. I live in Rio de Janeiro, in a small city, Itaguaí. My professional is I'm a data analyst. I work in this area there are 3 years in different companies. I like this area, and English for me it's very necessary because in the technology area, do you talk with any people, the different people? Do you see any documents, any tools in English, the Microsoft, for example? And for me, it's very necessary to learn English because I talk with any people in the LinkedIn about my area, about my professional. And I'm staying talk. There are 1 year, 1 year, 1 year. I think in the next month, I'm saying talk there are 2 years, and I'm like learning English because my art and my professional.
Okay, perfect, Mateus. So, Alexandre, good to see you here. It's been a while. You're muted.
I have some problem with my computer, but I think it's good. Good
Yeah,
to
now
see
we
you,
can
Larissa.
listen.
Long time.
Yeah, yes.
Ana, good afternoon. Mateus.
Good afternoon,
Um,
Alexandre.
can you introduce yourself, please, Alexandre?
Yeah, my name is Alexandre. I live in Victoria. I'm been living here since July, since 1986, and I got married for the first time because I got married twice, right? I don't have two wives. Wives. I got married twice. That's a joke. Yes. But if I could, I would have two, three, four. Oh my gosh, it's another joke. But I'm from Alegre City in the south of the state. I'm retired. Now I am 71. The last time I met you, I was 70. And I enjoy talking English here in this platform. Very good place to boost the English and study as well. I love to study and read books in English and going out to enjoy the time here, my retirement over the beach. That's it.
Okay, perfect, Alexandre. So, guys, let's start with the questions. Okay, can you see the questions, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, what is your first memory? In my case, it's funny because I don't know if I have this memory or I saw a picture and I remember this. I don't know, but I remember me lay in my mother's bed when she used it to cook to us. So I remember I used it to lay in her bed and play with my toys, or watching TV. And I have this memory, I guess. So, Mateus, what is your first memory?
Yes, my first memory today, for example, when I wake up, I remember when I start in my graduation in production engineering. For me, it's a great moment in my life, in my career, because it's a moment during the pandemic. It's more difficult in this year, the pandemic, and for me, in this year, I finished my graduation, and for me, it's a great, I don't know in English, lembrança about my life, about my career. And that's it. There are others about my professional, and for me, it's very good because I mean, past the different moments in my career. And today, when I remember the past, I'm say very happy because I don't know in English, trajetória. And for me, it's very, very good when I remember these moments.
Yeah, yeah. In the beginning of the pandemic, it wasn't so easy to deal, and you passed to a big change in your life. So, congratulations, Matteo. So, Alexandre, what about you?
Well, the first memory you ask for is the memory you had a long time ago when yeah, is that
Yeah, could be.
when I were a kid like that?
Yeah,
So I have a lot of reminders in my childhood, and I remember mommy asking me to take eggs duck in the river. Right? The duck used to put their eggs in the river. It's about river, right? And then when they was swimming, they was putting the egg in the water. And then mom was asking me, Alexandre, go to take the egg. And I have a small box to take. And inside the river was so frozen, I remember. And then it's a so pleasure to take the eggs from the water and put in the box. I think I was 4 or 5, 4 or 5 years old, I think. I have other memory about my childhood, but that is one of my good memories.
perfect, Alexandre. So, is this river inside your yard, your house, or it's close?
Uh, Close it. Remember we lived nearby the river, the small river, but I could go into the river because it's very easy to. There is no how to swim because it's a little amount of water running over the sand. We call it córrego. Córrego. It's a small river, right?
Okay, okay. Thank you, Alexandre. So, Anna, and you?
I remember my first memory when I was 14 years old, and I remember I worked together with my mom to watch it Chaves on the TV. This is my first memory, and I remember I watched the telecena and I learned the numbers, listening Silvio Santos like to pass the numbers on the TV. I remember that.
Yeah, yeah. My grandmother used it to watching a lot of TV, and her favorite program was Silvio Santos. And I remember this, and I used it to watch Chaves a lot during my childhood.
I
So
have a terrible memory. Can I tell you?
go ahead, please.
Terrible because I was so small, I think. My brother died. I remember my brother died by diphtheria. Diphtheria is a unit that can can get in your neck here and close the you can't breathe, right? And then you a lot of children died in that time. And I remember my brother was died is over the table, right? And the carpenter was outside making the box, caixão, the small box, to put the body, my brother box body. And I was playing, it's clear in my mind. I was enjoying play with the rest of the wood that the carpenter was cutting, right? The small pieces. I was playing with the small piece. I was enjoying. I remember I was not worried about my brother died of the table. I was uh, enjoying toying the small piece of you, which I think I was very young, right?
Yeah, yeah. My grandmother, I think is it common in the past? Not I don't know how to say this in English, but not go to cemetery. My grandmother um has a child has a child that he passed away very young, and she told me that she I don't know how to desvelar corpo at
Mhm.
home. So for me, it's insane right now. It doesn't exist anymore, right? So it's another time, another generation, right? So okay, guys. I don't know, Anna, can you read the next question, please?
Yes. Who was your first best friend in life? And can you share a moment with her or him? Yes. In my case, I'm single daughter, and absolutely my first friend in my life was and are today my mom, because our partnership and I and she it's so closer, and I put my mom with my best friend, and I had a lot of memories with her, because my mom it's totally one a good person, it's a calm person, and when we travel or I need some free space in my schedule, I try stay together with her. So we had a lot of memories, travel and to visit another place. But when I childhood, I remember my mom take attention about my education and read a lot of books with me. We had some moments for to visit museums for to create these concepts about the art. I remember I listened the other types of music, not only Brazilian, but I remember they read the encyclopedia together with my mom for to discover about the around the world. And my mom didn't had a lot of opportunity for the education, but they always put in my mind this it's important to study, and I think this is one when I will be a mother. My inspiration is my mom too, because it's a good mother.
Great, Anna. I'm a single child too, so I totally understand your point. And I remember when I was a kid, my mother always gets me to go to the shopping or go to the beach or go to the cinema, things like that. but I have a best friend that I met her, I don't know, when we were 3 years, I guess, 3 years old. So it's a long, long time in the school. And I have a moment with her, but it's recent, like 2 years ago. And we were traveling and she told me that he's he's pregnant and I'm saying, no way. And now it's great, but it was surprising for me. So okay, Alexandre, what about you?
My first best friend, I remember I have a best friend when I was in a secondary school. Secondary means oitava série, quinta série. I think that in that time I have a friend called Elias, and then he was a black a black a black black person, and in the H degree we made the a party, a small party to give each one a present, like when people meet a lot in a group, everyone give someone, choose someone and give a present, right? And then this friend, amigo X. I remember we made amigo X in a class in the last year, the 8th degree, and the person who take him gave him a piece of bananas, you know? It was the first time I faced the people uh, racism. It called my attention because he was black. His friend gave him a piece of 12 bananas. It was very sad in that moment. I felt sad because it was not good. And then I think it was the first time the racism called my attention because he was the only black person in the class. And I was leading with him as I was leading to everyone in the class. Everyone was equal to me, but that guy make this kind of joke that I think it wasn't good.
Yeah, and it wasn't
But
a good joke,
he
right?
is still my friend, my good friend.
Okay, Alexandre. So, Mateus, what about you?
Yes, there are one. His name is Lucas, and I remember when I was a child, me and my friends, uh, we play a race in the pool. And for me, in this period, I in some cases I remember these periods. There are uh, how can I say, more 10 years, for example, when I in this case. And for me, when I remember, I today I'm talk his friends about these periods, and it's funny because in some cases the years pass in the any minutes. Do you install your I don't know in English, seus dedos e the year pass, 10 year pass in pass your ring, and I like remember this period because it's a good friends. It's a good friends. That's it.
Okay, Mateus, thank you for sharing. So, Alexandre, can you read the question number 3, please?
Hey, who used to be your hero when you were young? Why? I think my hero was my first teacher. I was 15 years old in account science. I was totally illiterate, right? Analphabet. And suddenly I didn't know about the school, about even I didn't know about the Natal, Semana Santa, kind of moment, because in a countryside was a very miserable area. We didn't have any knowledge about what was happening around the world. There was no radio, no, in that time, I think in my 50s, I was born in 1953. So it was very difficult time. But when the teacher appears in my area, it was 1969, he made a small school and he started to teach the young boys. I was about 15 and I learned a lot from her. Less than a year, I learned a lot, and then she inspired me to go to the city to study, to prepare myself for have a career. And she helped me to convince my dad to allow me going, because she refused. At first time, she refused to give me authorization to go to the city, but we could convince him. And then I went to the city to study. I started my first primary school when I was 16 years old. Now, my first primary school. But I think my hero was that teacher.
Yeah, I remember one teacher when I was, I don't know, 5 years, I guess. And I learned to read and write with her, and I went to her wedding, and I was her bridesmaid. So it was a very strong person in my life, you know. So I remember her with kindness. So Anna, what about you?
I think I a different child because I'm always loved about the science, the physics, these topics. And my hero in this time was about the science, like the Einstein, like this. But I had a human hero for my side, and just today it's the same. It's Madame Curie. It's the name the scientist, and I loved her. It's the first woman to win two different Nobel Premium in different areas, and this is my hero, science child.
Great, Anna. So Mateus, what about you?
For me, my hero when I was a child, it was my father, because of the example of the father he was, and for me, I like to remember this any moments in my life when I was a child, when for example, I don't know in English, when me machucava, and my father stay with me for helping me in these moments. And for me, my hero is my father. I like talk my father every day, and for me, it's a good example of man for me. And I like remember these moments when I was a child.
Yeah, I think it's common to have our father or mother like our hero, especially when we were a kid, right? So, okay, guys, so let's go to the next question. So, did you have any pets when you were a kid? So, in my case, I always had cats. I'm a cat person. And but I remember the my cats used to live just 1 or 2 years, not more than this, and it was so sad for me. I don't know why. I don't know, but now I have a dog, and it's it's different for me. But I, of course, I love dogs too. But I think I'm more a cat person, and I have a cat too, but she lived with my parents because moved to another house last year, and I think she's better in their house because she lived 10 years in this house, so I don't want to change for her. I think it's better. So okay, Mateus, what about you?
No, I don't have a pets when I was a child. But today, with my fiancé, I have five pets, five cats, and my fiancé like cats, and I don't in the when I was a child, I don't have many contacts with the cats. During my family, I have more contact with the dogs, and I like dogs. But today, when I stay with my fiancée, there are five cats, and but today, in the past, no, but today I have five cats with my fiancée.
Wow, five cats. It's a lot. Yeah, my parents have three, and it's crazy sometimes because they want to play all the time, and we need to clean and pay the bills, so it's expensive too. So, okay, Mateus, thank you. And you, Alexandre?
So I didn't have pets, but because it was they weren't my pets. But my parents used to have dogs and cats. The dog to attack strange people or to take my dad attention that someone was coming, and the dog was advising that someone was coming to our house, and the cat to eat mice. Mice, you know mice? Rats. I don't know if it's rats or mice, but we used to have cats, a lot of cats to eat mice because we used to put corn in the place called payol, and the mice was give birth in a lot of small uh, child mice is there, and the cat, yeah, was going to eat these animals. I think the purpose was keep the cat to mice to eat the mice.
Okay, and my dog doesn't like strange person, and he barks a lot at the wall, and he can't see a strange person on the street, and he barks a lot. So Anna, what about you?
My case, I didn't have pets when I kid because my mom didn't like, and I think these two pets to me. I'm not nowadays. I'm not a pet lover person. In my I didn't have in my home. I live today in one apartment, and in my case, I felt very bad for to think the animal in the clothes in a small small place. So I think I will never have these pets in my life.
So okay, Anna, thank you. So Mateus, can you read the question number 5?
Number five, yes. Did you use it to play sports? Uh, when I was a child, not, but yes. I practice soccer in the when I was a child. Yeah, I like is I start playing sport, practice sports when I was a child. It's soccer in some days. But today I don't play soccer more because I have a problem with my, I don't know in English, my minha perna. But I like see the other sports. I like, for example, running in the streets. But when I was a child, I start my practice sports, the football, and I like the football. Today I like many more the comparison the past, but I start the with the soccer.
Okay. So in my case, I use it to swim, and I started swim when I was 1 year, 1 or 2 years old, because I had a breathing problem. So my doctor said to my parents that I use it to swim because could help to my problem. And I spent 10 years swimming, I guess. A lot of years. So, Alexandre, what about you?
And you stop swimming?
Yeah.
So
When
it's so
I
good. I play swimming twice a week. I'm 70
yeah
and I play swimming. It's very good to better than workout, right?
I remember that I like it a lot, but it's turning very serious to me because I need to swim not just for fun. I need to training for competition, and I I didn't like this
Mhm.
environment, and I I give up.
So when I was a child, we used to to play bolinha de gude. Do you remember bolinha de gude? Bolinha de gude. I was a little child. We used to have a stiling to kill birds. It was terrible to kill birds, but we were a child, so we killed. We used to kill birds from the stiling. And I would like to play sports, but I was and I am a terrible player. So where I am, the ball isn't right. It's kind of the bad situation. I'm here, the ball is there. When I go to there, the ball is here. So it's not too good. I am not a good player.
Yeah, I do well. No, I do well with ball sports, and I started to practice handball when we were a kid in the school, and I was good. I remember this. So, Anna.
In my case, as I said for you guys, I'm a single daughter, so I received a different proposal for my father and my mom, and I need to try in the past the different things. Um, I try the ballet with my mom, and I didn't I didn't did this very well because I really didn't like this because about the clothes, about these things, and my father loves about the fighting sports, and I fight Muay Thai for 8 years ago in the past when I childhood a long time because I was together with my father. So, but my for the fun, I loved the skateboard. This is my fun times. It was skate.
Great, Anna. So I never liked ballet, and I always love it to dance, but just for fun. No, but ballet wasn't for me. So okay, guys, let's go to the question number 6. Who was your first boyfriend or girlfriend? So for me, it's funny because my first boyfriend is my husband now. when we started to date when we were 15 years, and now we have 27. I have 27 and he's 26. Yeah. And yes, he is my first boyfriend, first and last boyfriend. So Alexandre, what about you?
So my first girlfriend was Anna. I remember it was a lot of passion in my 90s, 90 years old, I think, because first I didn't have a girlfriend, and then we stayed together for 2 years, and we broke out.
Okay. And I remember when we were young, we have this passionate, things
Yeah,
are so
very
intense, right?
so full passion. It was love, love, love.
Yeah. So Anna, what about you?
In my case, the same with you. My first boyfriend is my husband, and I knew him. I'm 16 years old, and I'm 34 now, and we stay together. We married 4 years ago, and this is my soulmate. It's a good idea.
Great, Anna. So I met him in the school too, and we got married last year. So it's almost 1.5 years now. So okay, Mateus, what about you?
For me, my first girlfriend, her name is Janice. We passed during some months in the when I remember, and in some years ago, I don't know in English. I talk. Eu conheci, a gente terminou depois em 5 anos depois, I mean talk the all the in the events in my city, and I see my fiancé, and that in the next year I'm a husband with her, but when I don't know in English, quando nós nos conhecemos, it's funny because I don't, how can I say, we all are friends in these moments in the when I talked the first time with her, and during 5 months, I mean uh, nós namoramos, depois in the 3 years, after 3 years, his name today, yeah, her name is Danielle, and the next year I'm a husband with her. It's funny because quando nós nos conhecemos, I don't talk with her during many moments, but past 5 months I talk with her. We are my friends, my good friends, and talk with her. It's after that Danielle, who is my fiance, but the history is very funny. But I shot this moment, but it's very funny the history.
Yeah, and I think it's common to uh I forgot the word to meet again a person that you met in the past, so you you see this person after a lot of time, so I think it's common. So okay, guys, where did you live when you were a child? Describe this place to us. So it's funny too because when I was a kid, I used to live in this house, but the same house that I live now. But I remember when I was two, 20, no, 16 years, I guess. Me and my parents, we moved to another house. It's closer to here, but it's not here. And last year when I got married, I returned to this house to live with my husband. So yeah, I live in the same house at my childhood.
You
So
are you are from Niterói, aren't you?
yeah, from
Ah,
there.
I remember you said.
Yeah, yeah. And it's funny because I have a friend that he's from Victoria, and it's very different to me because when you said amigo X, I remember about him because here in Rio we don't say amigo X, we say amigo oculto or amigo secreto.
Aham, amigo oculto, amigo X, é.
Yeah, and I remember him. So, Alexandre, what about you?
So I lived in two different places when I was a child. The first I lived in the place when I was getting eggs in the river, right? Remember?
Yeah.
I was very small boy. This is a very poor area, allergic outside. There was no electricity, no medicine, no doctor, no clothes, no toy to play, no blanket to cover yourself enough. It's a very poor area. And then we moved to another area, difficult area, frozen area, when every winter we have a kind of small neve. I don't know, snow. In the winter, you have snow there, and sometime when it was raining, it was in how do you say? Pedra de gelo. I forgot the name. Every winter we have this kind of raining, heavy raining, and so cold and so miserable weather as well, right? Uh, where I could live, live, live. I could abandon when I was 15 years old. I leave it behind me.
Yeah, okay. So thank you for sharing. And Anna, what about you?
I lived here, right here in São Paulo, but in a different neighborhood. When I was a child, I remember in the Pirituba. It's maybe in the north, I think north here in São Paulo. And I live in an apartment. It's a small place. And I remember when I was 6 years old, we moved for a home and totally different because in this home we had a lot of space. I had a backyard and it's possible to play on the street. It's totally different. It's the same in the north of São Paulo, but it's far away for the downtown. And in this neighborhood, it's Tremembé, the name, and it was very calm in the past. And it's possible it's a safe place in the past. Nowadays, it's not the same. Nowadays, it's dangerous like the other neighborhood here in São Paulo. But in the past, it was possible to play with another kids on the street. It's possible to create a relationship with our sorry, I forgot the vizinhos. But it's possible to create this type of relationship because now I live in a last zone in São Paulo. It's near Itaquera Stadium, and here, for example, I don't know about the name with my vizinhos. I sorry, I forgot the name, but it is different now. It's more um, one person for just one person. It's not more create this relationship or to help a lot of people. And I think this is different when I was child in my home with my parents.
Yeah, so I never lived in an apartment, but I can imagine this. And I remember when I was a kid, I used to play a lot in the streets with my neighborhoods, especially dodgeball. I love to play this. So yeah, I think it's a different relationship. So Mateus, what about you?
Yes, when I was a child, I live in Rio, but in the Jacarepaguá. The name is the local. I live in the past. When I was a child, I lived in the apartments, and after some years, I stay in the Itaguaí. It's very way this distance, the Jacarepaguá to Itaguaí. It's changed my life. It's very big because I live it in the past on an apartment, and when I stay in the start the Itaguaí, it's in the neighborhood here. There are many farms in the fazendas farms, very farms in the world, and for me it's strange in the when I stay with the first moments. I have family here, in the Itaguaí, but for me it's very strange because I live in the apartment and some year stay in the neighborhood, and the neighborhood there are very farms in the next. But today, for me, it's very good living here. But when the first year for me, I remember it's very difficult because my friends live it in the Jacarepaguá, in this when I stay in Itaguaí. But today it's very good to live here.
Yeah. I don't know about Itaguaí or Jacarepaguá because it's too far from me, but yeah, I think it's different. And there's a lot of space, free space because here in my city, my neighborhood, we don't have these green areas, so it's different. So, okay, guys, our time is almost over. So let's go to the last question. So, how to create new memories? So, can you start, Anna?
Yes, about the new memories, I think nowadays my perception about the time is different when I was a child or teenager. I think I discussed this in another topics here in the talk, but nowadays for me the time is so precious and I create new memories of all things I had. Because when I lost my grandmother and my grandfather, all changed my life. Because sometimes I just visit my grandmother, for example, for to drink a coffee, to eat bread, and I feel a lot these short moments, these basic moments in my life. So today I create new memories of all things, just a call with my mom of my father, or maybe I play with my nephew with the same things, or maybe with my husband when we try to experience the new food or new restaurant. And I think this is very important because the memories, I think it's not only for the big travels or this. Of course it's a good option for to create a new memories, but today I think the precious small moments, it's very good too.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. We are creating great moments all the time. We need to enjoy the simple things and simple moments and in our life, in our day. So yeah, we are creating new memories all the time. So okay, let's go to Mateus.
My case, I create memories when I listen one music, for example. And for me, I record the moments in my life when I was a child, so when I moments the family. I like listen music the year 18 year. I like this 18 years the music. And for me, it's when I stay in the kitchen, prepare my foods. I put in my phone, in my cell phone, some music about this. And I remember create any memories about my life, about the with my families, with my parents. And for me, I like listen music and create memories when I listen music. For me, it's very good for me.
Yeah, yeah. I can imagine moments and memories when I read the lyrics about a music. I can create a scenario in my mind. So yeah, I understand your point. So Alexandre, what about you?
So to create, I think to create a real memory, in my opinion, it's good if you travel a lot, right? I used to travel around the Brazil and in the how do I say, abroad. I have good memory from Toronto, from Vancouver, from Victoria, the northeast of Canada, uh, New York, and Times Square. My my kid's beard, my kid beard is a good memory. I remember it with proud. And every day we can create new memory. And when you travel, I think have the map of Brazil in my mind because I I travel around the Brazil, a lot of to every uh, state here. I never been to. I've been to Rio 3 or 4 times, but Niterói I never been to. I wish one day I can go to Niterói too. Niterói, yes, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you
People
can
say
call
it's a
me.
beautiful place.
Yeah, yeah, it's a beautiful place. And I went to Vitória last year, but just for one day. It was a work day. So, and yes, I agree with you. I just traveled abroad last year when I was 20 25 years old, and everything is changed for me in my mind. So I want to travel more and have this experience because yeah, it's totally different, especially abroad. It's a
Mhm.
lot of another reality. So it's
Yes.
a special moment, right? So, okay, guys, unfortunately, we don't have more time, but it was a great time and a funny time with you. So, thank you for being here with me and see you in another time, okay?
Thank you.